Hello children, this is your class 8 science class. We are going to today revise certain topics related to natural disasters that you have studied in your earlier classes also. So natural disasters means certain examples like your earthquake, volcano occurring naturally and causing certain problems. So natural disasters, if you consider, first of all, we shall discuss about earthquake. Okay. Earthquake can be caused due to volcanic eruption, stress of big dams on this earth, mining is being done, and we are taking out coal and other mines from other things, natural things from the soil and creating problem to the underground earth. Then underground atomic testing is also one more reason of earthquake. Water percolating through the cracks of the due to tremendous heat, the water gets converted into steam, and the steam form tries to come out from the loosened earth surface, causing an earthquake. Actually, among the all natural disasters, earthquake is one of the disastrous ones. The effects of earthquake could be loss of human life, wild animals and pets. Then economic loss or at large scale is happening during this time, because homes, offices, buildings, roads, railways, everything get destructed because of an earthquake of severity up to 8, 7 or 8 on the Richter scale, where on the seismograph we are measuring the intensity of the earthquake. Now, direction of the flow of river streams also change because of an earthquake many times. Possibility of fire is also there, because during earthquake buildings break down and cylinders and all LPG cylinders, CNG cylinders available can break open, and fire outbreak can also take place along with earthquake. So one single natural disaster can result into another disaster. Some other disasters like flooding can also take place in case of dams, dam door breaking and all. Then if there is an earthquake at the bottom of the ocean, you can imagine a tsunami can occur, and all the coastal regions where people are living can get destructed, and people face a lot of loss of life as well as property, and level of water table of that area also changes. Water table is the level of water underground, where if we dig a well, we are going to get water at that level. So certain precautions that we can take in this type of natural disaster is, if we are at home, we should take shelter and sit in a corner of the room. Either you can sit under some furniture, bed or table or chair, or you can sit at one corner near the wall where two walls are meeting, and cover your head, so that if something breaks down and falls on your head from the ceiling, it will not be causing too much harm to you. If you are in the vehicle or outside your home, what you should do? Do not wait near or below any tall building. It can collapse anytime. Or a tree or electric pole also. These things we should not do. Okay. What we can do is park the vehicle at a safe place and sit inside if it is a four-wheeler vehicle. Then what we can avoid doing during an earthquake is, we should not sit in discomfort for a long time, because that can create problem in your body. Certain physical movement should be done. We should not use candles, lanterns, or matchboxes if electricity is not working, because it can catch fire if there is any leakage of any cylinder and all. So it could be dangerous. Instead of that, we should use battery run torches. Okay. So as there are chances of fire during an earthquake, because certain cylinders can break. Even short circuit in the electricity can also occur over there. So nowadays we are taking a lot of precautions, like buildings are made earthquake resistant buildings, so that they can tolerate a certain amount of shock of the earthquake and it won't break very fast. Then another type of disaster, if we consider, would be thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning, you can understand this way: thunders where lightning take place, and this could also be a dangerous situation. During thunder and lightning, what happens that we need to understand? Huge amount of charges are produced at a very high voltage on the clouds. Now it's rainy time, so you can understand when the clouds cling to each other, they create a lot of thundering sound. Because of this high voltage that is created with respect to the earth. This large voltage produces a discharge of the charges through the atmosphere of the earth. Our atmosphere can pick up with these charges and can pull the charges towards it. Mostly trees are the target, but if you are out in the field during thunderstorm, this thunder and lightning can strike you also. So it's very dangerous. Now, difference in the charges of two objects create a potential difference between them, which is measured in volts. This will be studying much in details in our higher classes also. How difference in the charges of the two objects can create a problem. This causes a large current to flow through the atmosphere for a very short time, and huge amount of light and heat are produced. During lightning, what happens? Lot amount of heat and light is produced, and that we can see directly in the sky. Sometimes you feel that it is touching the earth near the horizon, isn't it? Are produced during this discharge of current through the air. This is of current through the air, and what we see as lightning in the sky. Lightning is accompanied shortly by a loud sound. Why this thing happened? First we see the lightning and then we can hear the thundering sound. That is the thunder. Why it is happening? Because light travel faster than sound. Speed of light is the fastest than sound. Okay. And therefore we can see first the lightning and then we can hear the thunder after some few minutes. And lightning is mainly of three types. How we can separate now types of lightning? The first type is lightning that take place within the same cloud. The second type it is same cloud means positively charged cloud is there and they are clinging. Then two clouds, between two clouds which are having different charge, positive and negative, like that. And the third kind of lightning is the one that take place between the clouds and the earth. So lightning can take place between these three categories. A lightning between a cloud and the earth can hit on any object such as a tall building, it could be a tree or any tall object like towers on this, or it is, then we call it lightning strike. The lightning strike can destroy trees, buildings, etc. completely. In hilly areas especially, the chances of lightning strike are more because it is more closer to the clouds. And because the distance between top of the hill and cloud is less as compared to any valley which is away from the clouds or clouds. And though lightning causes a lot of damage, it is also beneficial, that we know. In our nitrogen cycle, we have studied that lightning helps in fixing nitrogen. Atmospheric nitrogen, our crops or animals cannot absorb directly. This lightning is of great help there. What happens? It fixes this atmospheric nitrogen with oxygen and mixes it with oxygen to form oxides of nitrogen. These oxides of nitrogen get dissolved with the rainwater and they form dilute nitric acid, which react with different salts and minerals present in the soil to form nitrogenous compounds. And these nitrogenous compounds are required for the growth of plants, healthy growth of crops. And lightning enables the formation of ozone layer also. Ozone from oxygen. You know, ozone is O3, formula of ozone. Means oxygen, if you consider oxygen molecule, it is O2. But ozone is O3. Okay. So from oxygen, formation of ozone is possible because of lightning only, which forms a layer called as the ozone layer around our Earth's atmosphere. And this ozone layer actually protects the Earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun by absorbing a part of it, so that the harmful rays directly, if they reach us, it could be very, very dangerous. So you can understand that lightning can strike like this on any tree and it can get destructed. Similarly, on any building also it could be. But man is a very intelligent organism on this earth, and what we have done is we have fitted nowadays conductors on our buildings so that lightning strike could not damage our building. Okay, you can see this picture that conductor is fitted to this building. From the top to the bottom, a connecting wire is there so that all the charges of the lightning will be absorbed by this conductor and directly taken down towards the soil. And a very big copper coil is fitted over there. A specially designed device used to protect the buildings, tall towers from lightning is called as a lightning conductor. Now you see, it consists of thick metal rod with spikes at the top like an antenna. Okay, and the rod is fitted on the top of the building such that the spike ends pointed upwards towards the clouds. The bottom end of the rod is connected to a copper plate deep under the earth. And lightning conductor was actually invented by a great scientist named Benjamin Franklin. He worked with the kite and understood the lightning, how it travels and how to break the transport and damage being done to the building. Before Benjamin Franklin, buildings also were getting destructed. A lightning conductor provides a low resistance path to the flow of charges, and therefore during the lightning electric charges will flow through this lightning conductor to the earth, deep into the earth, and not through the building, and it will not cause any damage to our building. And this type of study is in science is termed as fulminology. Okay, this is just extra information for you. Now, what precautions should we take during lightning and thunder? That we need to understand. During that time, staying inside a building fixed with a lightning conductor is very safe during this time. Than staying outside your home, because we don't have an antenna and we are not having any conductor to our body. So our head can attract lightning and we can get it shocked. Many people die in the fields due to lightning and thunder. Without house which is not having any lightning conductor also. Then do not handle corded devices such as telephone and television with cable during the lightning. When there is lightning, we put off all our buttons in the home of our electrical appliances. Otherwise, short circuit take place and it can get damaged. So that should be removed, all the corded devices. Then if traveling, do not come out of the vehicle if you are in a vehicle, four-wheeler, and staying inside a car is safer than standing under a tree or in any open space during lightning and thunder especially. Do not take shelter under a tall tree. There are more chances of lightning strike on a tall tree. It will attract the charges from the clouds. And if you are in open place, stay away from tall objects such as trees or electric posts. And you can put your head down between your knees and sit that way during lightning and thunder, so that our head does not attract these charges and we do not get the lightning strike. So these are certain precautions that can be taken during lightning and thunder. More such disasters we can consider are flooding or outbreak of forest fire or any fire in the building and all. So these are also certain natural disasters that we can discuss in our next class. Okay then, bye all of you.